SpaceX Starlink slashes prices for rural homes. By how much? I'm glad you asked. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today, we're coming to the end of a little bit of misty morning. So good. So good. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee, hanging out, talking space, talking SpaceX, Starlink, and of course, tech. Today is going to be a SpaceX Starlink day. There is some good information that just came out about a reduction in the cost that you would pay in many rural areas. And we're going to get into that today. A massive reduction, really. The price went from $120 for residential down to $80. There is a catch, and that's what we're going to get into. So I was reading some articles. I put them all together for you. We'll go through that first. And of course, I'll give you my commentary, what I think about all this. And then I want to hear from you. Is this something that you would be interested in? Does SpaceX Starlink interest you? Do you have SpaceX Starlink and you want to reduce your monthly cost? Down below, I want to hear from you. And if you don't want to put something down there because you're shy, I get it. It's okay. Put an emoji. That's fine. At least I know that you're watching the video. That would be awesome. And YouTube likes it. We always want to make YouTube happy, don't we? So before we get into this article, I want to say that if you enjoy the content, throw it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not. If you are, thank you so much. Click the notification button over here. So when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And if you want to say thank you for all of my hard work, right down here, YouTube has given us that thank you button. Click on that, give $1 or $2 if you like. If not, it's perfectly fine. Consider becoming a member of the channel. That would be even better. And if you want more SpaceX Starlink content like this, I put together about 450 videos now. I'm not kidding. 450 videos just for you. Helpful how-tos, tips, tricks, what to do, what not to do, what to buy, what not to buy, how to create a mesh network, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So check that out when you're done watching this video. I'll put a link here. Don't click on it yet. When you're done watching this video, check that out. There's a playlist, once again, just for you. Anyways, the article starts out by saying Starlink's residential Lite plan, affordable internet for rural homes. SpaceX Starlink launched its residential Lite plan in late February 2025, targeting rural households with a budget-friendly internet option. Priced at only $80 per month, it's a notable reduction from the $120 standard residential plan and caters to smaller homes and businesses that don't require extremely high speeds. As of today, it's rolled out in 15 U.S. states, including Iowa, Maine, Minnesota, North Dakota, and New Mexico, to name a few. Starlink introduced it as a practical solution for rural broadband backed by their global reach of over 5 million customers. What's included? Speed, data, and the trade-off. The plan delivers download speeds of 50 to 100 megabits per second, roughly half of the 150 to 250 megabits per second offered by the standard residential tier. Upload speeds hover around 10 megabits, typical for deprioritized services. Very key word there, deprioritized. It comes with unlimited data, meaning no data caps to disrupt usage. However, the data is deprioritized. So during peak hours, typical of 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., speeds may slow as priority goes to higher tier plans. And that is absolutely the case. If you have standard SpaceX Starlink, you're going to get a prioritized speed in comparison to deprioritized plans like this one is. These speeds are more than sufficient for basic streaming or browsing, but could fall short for heavy gaming or some remote work demands. Availability and hardware savings. Residential Lite is limited to states where Starlink has excess network capacity, mostly rural regions rather than urban hubs. Users can visit starlink.com, input their address, and confirm eligibility via their map's white zone. In these areas, the standard Starlink dish, normally $349, is discounted to $149, a $200 regional savings, valid until March 31st, 2025. Keep that in mind, March 31st. This temporary deal eases the upfront cost, a relief in places where fiber installation quotes can reach up to $130,000, like in parts of western Texas. I can tell you, for me to get cable in my location, they wanted $52,000 to run the cable. No joke. So these numbers, $130,000, is not far-fetched. Bear in mind, after March 31st, the prices may revert back. Flexibility and competitive edge. There is no long-term commitment. Users can upgrade to the standard residential plan through their account whenever needed. And some report from Reddit suggests downgrading is also an option. This is important information that you can upgrade and downgrade at will. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. Compared to Hughesnet at $50 to $95 a month, only providing 50 to 100 megabits with a latency of 600 milliseconds, or Viasat at $100 to $150 per month with up to 150 megabits down, similar lag, 600 plus milliseconds, Starlink's 30 to 40 millisecond latency stands out for real-time applications like video calls, 100%. Including online gaming will work with 30 to 40 milliseconds. It's not bad. And I've done videos about that. Once again, check out that playlist. T-Mobile's 5G home internet offers $50 per month with 200 plus megabits download speeds, but its rural waiting list exceeds 1 million people. That's a lot of people waiting for T-Mobile's 5G home internet. Starlink eliminated its nationwide waiting list in 2023, improving access. That's kind of true, and it's kind of not. I'll get into that also in just a second. Closer is better. Starlink operates over 7,000 low Earth orbiting satellites, or LEO satellites, which account for 62% of all active satellites currently in operation. Man, that's a lot. These satellites are positioned around 340 miles above Earth, far closer than 22,000 miles used by Viasat or Hughesnet and most traditional satellite service providers, which significantly reduce latency. Like I said before, Viasat, Hughesnet, 600 to 1,000 milliseconds latency, whereas SpaceX Starlink is averaging 30 to 40 milliseconds. I'm seeing milliseconds down to about 14 to 15 milliseconds because I have a point of presence not too far away from me. That being said, 600 to 1,000 milliseconds is just about unusable for many applications like video conference calling. You'd basically be talking on a walkie-talkie. It's horrible. The article finalizes with impact on rural broadband. For rural areas where fiber remains out of reach, residential Lite offers a viable alternative. It's not without flaws. Peak hours, slowdowns, and restricted availability pose challenges, but at $80 per month with a $149 dish, it's a compelling deal, 100% true. Searching Google or YouTube for Starlink Residential Lite shows a growing interest, reflecting its relevance. For those in eligible states, it's a practical option to consider before the hardware discount expires on March 31st, 2025. Absolutely. So, March 31st, you're looking at, 11 days or something away. So if you're interested in getting this, it is the lowest price ever. I mean, $149 for the hardware is extremely, extremely cheap. For me, when I got mine about 46 months ago now, it was $600. And it cost me like $100 to get on a waiting list for 9 months. So this is really good. And $80 is a low cost. Now, of course, you get deprioritized coverage, but you're still going to get coverage that is unlimited. You don't have to worry about data caps. You don't have to worry about nothing. You also get the unbelievable low latency, 30 milliseconds, 40 milliseconds. That is just crazy from satellite coverage. Never have we seen latency that low from satellite. They've always been these geocentric or geolocated satellites, once again at 22,000 miles or 36,000 kilometers in comparison to 550 kilometers that SpaceX Starlink flies their satellites in LEO, once again instead of GEO, low Earth orbit. So this is a really, really big thing in my personal opinion. Matter of fact, if you're looking to get SpaceX Starlink and you're watching this video, like, yeah, let's go ahead and take advantage of it. Well, if you use my promo, you're going to get a month free. So not only do you get the $80 per month and you'll end up with $149 for the kit, you'll get 1 month completely free. So go to JCristina.com/Starlink. Once again, JCristina.com/Starlink. You will get a month free and I will get a month free. That's just how it works. All right. Everything upfront and disclosed. Once again, JCristina.com/Starlink. So there's another thing that's coming that I think is really a big deal, and that's $10 a month for a roaming plan. Now, I'm not going to get into it on this video, but maybe I'll do a video tomorrow about it, so stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed, once again, subscribe and then click the notification button. So when the video comes out, you will be notified of it. I think that this is going to be a really big deal for people that are RVers, people that like turning this thing on and off and moving it around. $10 is cheap. This is something that they had before and they're bringing it back. So coming full circle, for $80 a month and $149 for the kit, it is extremely, extremely cheap. The other thing that is really good here, and I was going to tell you about this, I promised you that I would, is that it gives you the ability to move from this tier up to a residential tier and then back down. This is what the understanding is. Why is that important? The reason it's important is if you're in these areas that you cannot get the residential full speed coverage because there is a waiting list. Well, guess what? It doesn't matter. And the reason being is you could get involved with SpaceX Starlink right now. Get on that $80 program with the $149 kit. And then once your area no longer has a waiting list, you can jump right into the residential tier, which is $120 per month. Priority data in comparison to deprioritized data, meaning that when you are in a congested area or during congested times, like they said, between 6 and 11 p.m., you will see a slowdown with the deprioritized tier in comparison to the prioritized or the residential standard plan where you're going to get full speed. Not really that big of a deal. So I wrote down where there's currently a waiting list. But remember, they said that there was no waiting list after 2023, and I said I'm going to cover that also. And the bottom line is yes, there's still waiting lists. And the reason being is there's just simply not enough bandwidth available. There's enough satellites, there's just not enough bandwidth. So if you're in Seattle, Washington, Portland, Oregon, Sacramento, California, San Diego, California, Spokane, Washington, Austin, Aspen, Colorado, Missoula, I love that, Missoula, Montana, and the highlands of North Carolina, well, you will be placed on a waiting list. And the reason being, once again, there is no residential coverage in your area because it's congested. But, like I said, you could get involved with this one. $80 a month, $149 outlay, and you are in. And then once you're off that waiting list, you could then upgrade to the full tier, the full residential plan. I just think it is an awesome way to go, in my personal opinion. Remember, SpaceX Starlink, as of the beginning of 2024, had about 2.2 million customers. Now we're sitting at the end of February. I think the last results came out. We're in March now, but the end of February, they were over 5 million. That is more than a doubling in a year. That is crazy. Talking about just unbelievable growth. So kudos to Elon Musk and SpaceX over there for putting together an unbelievable internet package. Because in my personal opinion, SpaceX Starlink has been a game changer for us, for my family, in a rural area that was stuck with just DSL and UVerse, AT&T garbage for 20 plus years. 15 megabits down, 15, and 1.5 megabits up. Think about that, 1.5 megabits up. SpaceX Starlink, we're seeing anywhere from 20 to 24 megabits up. 20 times faster. Download speeds, 15 megabits is what we were receiving before. Now we're getting 150, 10 times, up to 250. Sometimes we see 300, 320 megabits down. Crazy. For probably like $50 more a month. It is ludicrousy that AT&T even offers DSL and UVerse anymore with SpaceX Starlink around. There probably won't in the not too distant future. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, throw the video a thumbs up and don't forget to share it with your friends, family, colleagues, Reddit, Facebook, wherever you frequent, any of these socials that you frequent. Please share the video. Please share the channel. Help grow the channel. I would really appreciate that. And finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all of my merch and my tees and my books and my shirts and all the rest of the stuff. Go to JCristina.com/shop to get there directly. Once again, JCristina.com/shop, and you'll be able to find all of that merch. If there is anything that you like, please pick it up. Help support me and my family. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected, and we'll see you in the next one. Love you all.